Good Monday morning and welcome back to Monday's Medical Minutes. I'm Deb Chang, and of course, you recognize Dr. Paul because he's the one that usually does the medical minutes. But today we're going to talk about a subject that I know a little bit about as well. We're going to talk about connecting and how important social connections are to your health. But before we start, I'd like to tell you a little story about Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins did his grocery shopping once a week on Saturday morning. He always visited the same local grocery store, and he was always neatly dressed in a suit and a fedora. One day, a woman reached out to him while he was grabbing a can of tomato soup, and she paid him a compliment. She said, "I love your hat. It's so stylish." Mr. Jenkins thanked her and chuckled. He said, "Thank you, young lady. This old thing has been around the world and to many dances." They shared a brief conversation where they talked about fashion and the past. That simple compliment not only brightened Mr. Jenkins' day, but it also sparked a delightful conversation with new friends. Dr. Paul's going to tell you a little bit more about why it's so beneficial to your health to make those connections.
Thank you, Deb. So social connection, what does it do? Well, it has lots of benefits. Besides the fact that it makes you live longer, better to deal with the stress that you have just about every day, it definitely improves your mental and physical well-being. And it also protects you against a lot of chronic illnesses that we deal with every day in this country, which includes heart disease, stroke, memory loss, depression, and anxiety. And it also improves your sleep. And so how does that do that? Well, that requires us to have emotional support from a lot of people that we engage with. For them comes the support that we need to cope with everyday stress or periodic stressful life transitions. So it encourages you through them to continue to do the right thing and stay healthy eating, good exercise, and give you an example of the flip side. The flip side is people who are isolated and lonely all the time. Well, they don't have any support, so they start getting into poor lifestyle choices, which includes heavier smoking, heavier drinking, because they don't have nothing else to do, sometimes using illicit drugs to calm themselves down, and overeating, to just name a few. So those are definitely not a good thing to have. So therefore, emotional support from other people is very important.
And to go back to our story, sometimes we think that a compliment is just a trivial conversation. And maybe you're saying, "I'm really not very good at connecting because I'm introverted." Well, find somebody this week. I challenge you. Find somebody that you can pay a sincere compliment. Maybe it'll lead to a conversation of a few minutes and maybe not. But you're going to make that person's day a lot better, and it's going to make you feel better as well. So, why does a small compliment feel so big? Well, one, our brains light up like payday. The same brain center that rewards us, for instance, when we win the lottery and have lots of money, is the one that the compliment goes to. That responds in exactly the same way. Second, don't estimate the impact of the compliment. Experiments show that receiving spontaneous compliments make people feel far happier than the giver. So the recipient is going to smile and thank you. And third, positivity spreads. Compliments strengthen bonds between people and make both sides more open to future connections. And speaking about future connections, I hope you'll stay tuned for part 1 and part 2 of Connections later this week and next week. And again, we want to wish you a happy life, a healthy life.